So I'm just going to go back and forth in between jobs till the cement's drying in the kitchen above the fireplace. So I'm just going to come in here and just give it a little sand over and then roll it with another coat of paint. See how it looks after. And I need to do the window area, give that a coat of paint. So I'm going to give that a coat of paint, and I'm going to paint this half of the room here a second coat of paint. After I've sanded parts of the wall that's rough, I'm just going to go over it again like I did in the kitchen on the side wall. The window area, I'm not going to go over that with a sandpaper. I'm just going to give it a coat of paint, and then afterwards I'll go over it with a sandpaper so I can see where, I mean, I prefer to give it a coat of white paint so that I can see any imperfections, because sometimes the paint actually covers the smallest little cracks and it doesn't need any filling. So I'm just going to move a few things out the way, move the couch out the way, and start with the procedures. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for all our subscribers. Thank you for sharing it with other people. Thank you for watching. It helps. And stay tuned for more videos on restoration around the property. So I've discovered that this is the best tool, a little hammer, to get glue off the side of slate, granite. Just gently tap and it comes off. Instead of scraping, you just gently tap and it goes under, nice and loose. Takes the glue off. The owner, before we moved in, glued an extension lead to the side of the fire, and silly idea. So I thought, well, I could use some petrol to remove the glue, but I thought I'll give it a try and remove it with a nice little hammer and wallpaper scraper with a sharp end, and it just nicely takes away the glue. Now the chip that's there was already there before I started taking the glue away. That's gently just, you see, nice, it just peels nicely like a loose bit of skin. And then the rest I'll take off with a soap and pads. You basically need to use the corner slightly to get under, as you can see. without chipping the design. You need to have good motion, good movement to get this off. You can't do it fast. If you do it fast, then it'll just tear too quickly, scrape the surface. You just need to take your time. It's just like chiseling the wall with the same tapping movements. Now, I don't know if that's glue there. I think that might be paint. It's glue, it's paint, sorry. So I can't move that away. If I chisel it, it just marks the granite or slate, whatever it is, marble. So I noticed here as well, there's a little bit up here. Now that might be on top of a chip. You just try and get it in the corner. There we are. That will come out. That was on top of a chip, so I should just leave what I can't see underneath. My husband was marking this saying, oh, I need to get that glue off, it's disturbing. Well, he's going to come home today and he's going to be happy. Well, I hope he's going to be happy. So there we are. So you just take the corner again. You can hear how I'm tapping. I'm scared actually because this is a thicker bit. So I'm scared to tap it too hard in case it's I don't want to chip it. I just want to get it off nice and loose. There we are. Oh, you just have to get it at the right angle. Oh, come on. Oh, still quite a few bits on there. Now, I've noticed actually, not this, not the wallpaper, but I've noticed that this is probably covering a chip. So I'll need to be very careful. Yeah, because there we are. Well, you could probably say now that it looks a lot better than it did before. Now I'm going to leave that there because I think if I try and take that away, now there's a bit of wallpaper there that's quite annoying actually, and I can't get into it without force. I'm just going to tap that gently there. There we are, that's away. And do the same here. There we are. Do the same here. I want that off because it's ugly. Why is it even on there? I don't understand. Alright, so okay, it's filling in holes. Alright, so here's my plan now. I want to sand all this wall. Now you noticed on the video what I was doing. I decided to take the bottom cupboard out. I'll turn you around. So I decided to take this bottom cupboard out. I just sawed
Just took the saw and sawed a line along the line. Did a pretty good job actually. So there we are, that cupboard's empty. I'm going to give it a clean out. I'm going to see what the damages are behind there. There's a few broken pieces of concrete in there, so I'm going to have to fill them in. Yeah, so I'm going to give it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave inside of this cabinet here, and because we're going to build a wine rack in there for some wine when we're in the living room. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give this cabinet here, all this wood, a nice paint over, just an undercoat of paint, just to see how it looks, see how much I need to sand away. It already looks 10 times better. I'm going to sand this bottom part here. I want to put a bit of concrete in that bottom bit on the edge there. You know, I start a project and I say, okay, this is what I need to do. It's not going to take me all day. It's going to take me half a day, because you've got to bear in mind mixing up the cement, getting your tools prepared. Then you have a break, you have your lunch, and you have a cup of tea. Then you've got to go and feed your animals, then you've got to do your housework, you've got to change your washing over in your wash machine to your dryer or outside if it's nice wind. Then you've got to answer phone calls, you've got to deal with schooling. So I'm trying my best to get a lot of things done. I'm wanting to give you something to look at rather than waiting with patience, anticipation, oh, what's going to happen next? Why is she moving on to this job? She's supposed to be doing this job. Let me explain. Now I know how when you're watching a movie or a program and the way it ends up and the way it turns out, now I can understand why and how life kind of works. I know how life works, but how things you end up sidetracked. You end up doing something else that you never planned to do on that day. A lot of people out there don't plan their day because this happens. And there is some out there that still plan their day every day to try and get it perfect. When I was cementing the cellar, you noticed that the left-hand side collapsed slightly, and it took me longer than expected. I expected to get that wall finished with that nice little heat wave that we had. So then today, I wanted to start cementing the rest of the cellar, the rest of the wall, because I had to wait until some of it dried before I could start patching in some stones, because when I was putting in some boulders or stones, large stones, the cement started cracking and it was disappointing me. I was getting a little bit hairy, not stressed, just a little bit angry with myself. And I thought, well, you know, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have to leave it for a few days to dry. Hence why I'm inside and I'm doing a little bit of painting and sanding, just to give you guys another video to watch. I also took you into the garden yesterday, just to show you my other chores that I do around the property. And yeah, so I'm in here now. And I want to get this wall finished. I want to get this door painted white, give it an undercoat. It hasn't got any coat of paint on it. It's just a canvas and needs a nice covering of paint. The door, however, has got paint on it, so I've sanded that over, given it just a rough sand over so the paint sticks. So this is my plan. I want to try and get this living room and dining room finished before the winter approaches, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas. But it's not looking like it's going that way just now, because there's a lot of things that need done. And also, if I have the time and have the sunshine, I can go outside and I can do the cement work. We also have all the walls around the property that are needing renovated too. So above the ceiling in the kitchen, the cement is now drying at the moment. So I'm just going to take you guys through there. If I don't change what I'm talking about, then I'll be here all day. So let me take you through. I'll show you. So here we are in the kitchen area. There it is. It's drying up nicely. You can see the holes getting bigger. It's filling out more. since we first started, from the start of the video if you watched. Now, if I put any more on there while it's wet, it just drops down onto the unit and then onto the floor. It's not a lot that's dropped down because I catch it in time, but it does fall, and it doesn't make the job any easier if I just try and rush it. So therefore I'm better to be patient and wait. You notice the wet patches up there in the left hand corner of the wall. When I've painted, I filled it in with some concrete because that is a concreted wall. So I filled it in just with a little bit of concrete that I had into that hole. So that's the jobs, guys, everyone. Shouldn't be saying guys actually because there's a lot of females. To everyone, that's the jobs that I'm doing. So sorry if it's mixed, a little bit of mixed videos. It's because that I'm not wanting to sit about and wait for the cement to dry in the kitchen, so I thought I'll do another job at the same time. And there we have it. Well, thank you all for being patient, thank you all for understanding, but now you can see it's starting to look a bit better since I took that bottom cabinet away. What do you all think? Do you think it looks great? Do you think it looks a bit better, or do you think I should have kept it and refurbished it? Well, I could have kept the left door because it's intact, but I couldn't have kept some of the pieces because they're rotten. Oh, so if we kept the left door, we would have had a gap. So I thought maybe I'll just take it away. We want to store some of our equipment in there, as in plugs at the back of the wine rack. We like to tidy all the sockets and wires up to make it look nice and tidy. Well, here we are, the follow-up of the video. I will continue with the video on renovations in the house, so you know what videos you're watching, what ones you're more interested in. Hit the like button, because if I can see that you like it and I've got more views and more subscribers, then I know what everyone likes and I know what everyone enjoys watching. Therefore, I can do more of what you enjoy. I've started to video me doing more things, more like washing, hoovering and cleaning up and etc, because if I cut the video off, then it shortens the videos, doesn't make it that interesting. So it's nice that I actually add those little things in. I used my little Henry there that you noticed it choked up. You'll probably get a laugh on the video because it choked up. I lifted up the hoover, the handle fell off and all the dust went everywhere. And I just started laughing, as I do, laugh at everything. So I had to take it outside, give it a good dusting, good clean, empty out the hoover, stick it all back together, and it started sucking up all the dust and all the rubble and things like that. Henry is a good hoover. I recommend you get one if you don't get one. If you're renovating a property, get a Henry. There is a variety of hoovers. You also get, I think it's a Daisy, a pink hoover. I've got the red one, Henry, because it's my husband's for his job. He's an electrician and he used it. And if he's in a client's house, he just switches Henry on, sticks the nozzle under where he's making chiseling out a box for a socket, and it hoovers it up perfectly. Now it also hoovers up heavy dirt. It's just a great hoover. It's a great hoover. It beats the Dyson. It beats all the other hoovers. It's not got a lot of instruments to it. I mean, it has got a lot of tools that you can use, but I mean as in the motor is easy to fix. It's not like the motors, the Dysons, once it's knackered, it's thrown away in a skip, or it's more expensive to fix it in a shop rather than paying the money for it to buy a new one. You're probably better buying a new one with the money that you paid for the maintenance man to fix it. Anyway, let's not talk about hoovers because that's probably boring. So I'm going to get on with painting. Let's see how it looks. Enjoy the video. I'm going to put it on a nice song for you all to watch the painting. If you enjoy watching these videos and you think it's something interesting for someone else to follow that's renovating at the moment, share the channel with them. Even older people that don't have much, they can't get out much, share the channel with them because they love watching stuff like this. I mean, even women that are pregnant, that are nearly due their baby, it's something interesting for them to watch, you know, and it's also interesting for people that are new renovators that want some ideas, you know, like young couple or even an older couple who want some ideas. Share the channel, get it out there, get it worldwide. Let's share it to everyone. And you all will be doing me a massive favour, encouraging me to make more videos. You're encouraging us making more shorts because the more views we get on the shorts, the more we laugh because people are enjoying it. And also, you're encouraging us with the videos of the renovations of the property. I did tell you about the big barn that we're turning that into something beautiful. It's a big surprise. Stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe so you get a notification on when we're renovating the big barn. We're also turning the forge with all the old forge tools that are in there. Saw bent, the saw, the metal works, the fire, sorry. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what other tools are in there. There's a lot of interesting tools that a forge man has. So we're turning that into a little tea bar room. That's another video. If you want to watch all these videos, subscribe to stay tuned. You don't have to watch all these videos of painting the property, but if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get a notification telling you when this comes up. Well, I hope you all have a good day. And I'll leave you all with the last of the video, which is me just giving this wall a coverage of paint. And I'll also put the last of the cement up on the top roof. Have a lovely day. Thank you for liking the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's watching. It means a lot. Have a good day. Okay everyone, that's the first coat on the cupboard. I'm going to wait until it dries before I give it another coat of paint, or I just leave it as it is and then go on with the matte finish. Down the bottom there I've cemented in a few holes on the concrete wall. There's a little chip out of the wood at the bottom corner here where the switches are. That'll need to be fixed. Maybe even just a skirting board right across. So that's me finished. First coat of paint. It's starting to dry in a little bit. It doesn't look the best, but I think it'll do for now. Until next time, see you soon. Now we're on to cementing the top. We're going to put the cement in at the top of the kitchen fireplace. Remember, we still have to put its last coat of cement on. Stay tuned.